Hello humans, and anybody else who may be watching, I don't want to discriminate. It's SB here. It's Dead Cells time. I'm having a weird... This is a weird beginning to the video. Okay, let's get out here. Shields. Turns out too dumb to use them. Let's take the other weapons. I do like an explosive crossbow with any kind of bonus attached to it. So my plan is still to go to, what's his face? Conjunctivius. We got some vengeance to take, and also, I have to get better at fighting him. Has to happen. Oh, wait, we should probably open this up. Okay, 1,000 gold. Apparently I was correct to go up. Just have to go even more up. And there's both the scrolls right there, so this should be a pretty quick run through here. I know we just did a green run, but my inclination to go green again is pretty high. Why don't we try purple? This weapon will still be effective if we are purple, and also we can maybe pick up a bunch of stuff that lets me run away from enemies and not engage in all the combat. I mean, we'll still kill a lot of stuff, especially after the first area or two, but we could kill it from far away while hiding. Doesn't that sound nice? I don't think I want to spend any money on gear of this quality. We just have to find our exit. This balance blade really doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay, this is the wrong exit. So, I think if we show up to the Conjunctivius fight with a ranged weapon, we're going to see that work a lot better. 40 whole gold I went back for. Even a slow ranged weapon like the explosive crossbow here should be pretty effective. Melee weapon and shield really requires you to either have a fast melee weapon or to be good at using the shield. And I suppose you can make an argument that... is this just going to be the same text? You can make an argument that because I am bad at using the shield, I should be using the shield, so that I will be less bad at it. I don't necessarily disagree, but also I don't want to put you all through that 2 videos in a row. I'm just gonna leave this radish here. No, I'm gonna trash the radish. We don't have time to come back for radishes, man. Listen, we all have those radishes in our past that we regret. This is the wrong way. Oh, take that. Definitely. Okay. 135 is plenty of time. We're going to be just fine. So this, you know what? This will be the video where we try out the crossbow. Although, I guess now that we're into plus level items, it doesn't make as much sense as it used to for us to unlock a thing for the purpose of using it during a run. Because really what we want to do is just add it to the pool and then hope for it to show up later. That said, I think it's probably worth upgrading this right now. Hey, a point of purple. Look, the crossbow and I are on the same page. This will help carry us through until we can find a fancier weapon. Might be a lot of sitting back and shooting crossbow bolts at things from great distances here. So I apologize in advance if that is not the type of run you were looking for. We're going to try to get another weapon at some point. Probably. I probably don't want to be using a weapon from the first area all the way up to the boss. Listen to me talking like we're going to get anywhere near the boss. So we do need to make money. We do need to get cells. This I would definitely rather have than the balance blade. I really like the attack string of the balanced blade, but it's just too weak. Wasn't really a problem on lower difficulties when the enemies had less health, but it is starting to pale in comparison to the other weapons. I probably could have just hit that guy with the sword, honestly. I mean, it's hard to argue with the efficacy, right? This thing is blowing people up. And what else could you possibly want from a weapon? I especially like that you can trigger it during like the last quarter second of the roll and come up out of the roll already charging it up. I think little things like that, the way that you you can enter commands during the back couple of seconds of almost any animation and have things chained together is really important to the feel of the game. What is going on here? Discovered a tunnel. This tunnel was cleared out very roughly. Doesn't look too solid. Out of curiosity, can I, Nope, it just pulls my head back in. What if I'm further away from it? Nope. Okay. Thought it was worth a shot, right? A dusty old bag that someone left here a long time ago. Okay, we're going to leave that radish right there. The hole in this wall is extremely small. Except maybe for a child. Oh yeah, okay. We actually have seen this particular vignette before. I don't want... Okay, it'll just drop. That's fine. I am fine with that. So now we know where there is a radish in case I get horribly torn apart by sewer monsters. Which is a thing that could happen, because that's just the kind of world that Dead Cells is. I wonder how much time they spent just, like, tweaking the feel of the game. Because honestly, all the feel stuff was really worked out by the time I got in contact with it. And that was really early in early access. It might even have been when they went to early access. Like, before they let anybody put their hands on it, I wonder how much very specific tweaking went in. Okay, I guess we're not being very thorough here. Probably I'm not missing anything, but we should not be okay with probably. This thing really does kill people slowly, though, doesn't it? Alright, maybe we don't want to actually fight every enemy. Then again, we do need to finish the merchandise categories unlock, which I think we still have like 90 cells to go on. So, I mean, if we're pretty Boy, I knew that was there, too. If we're pretty thorough on this floor, that'll probably cover that. I think this is just that guy who's mad about his rune. Yeah, okay. You've nothing to lose by waiting. Why does he... Is he talking to himself when he... Why would he say that to me? It just seems very odd. You know what? Let's do this. We're using a weapon that doesn't involve us actually getting into melee. I'm not saying that this is like a super safe thing to do. In particular, we got to be careful about taking poison damage now, because any poison damage at all will kill us. But this is safer than it would be on most runs. I'm going to be very cautious about how we fall for a minute here. You ever notice how as soon as I get cursed, all of a sudden there aren't enemies anymore? What's that about? And I think I see traps. Oh no, I see enemies. Okay. Enemies I'm down with. I was going to say, if there's maces or spikes over here, we are going back and coming over here later. Alright, 2 left. Those bat dudes are not good against the explosive crossbow. Alright, that's just free scrolls. Ooh. Look, this dude's got some maneuvers. Where'd he pick that stuff up? Oh, rolled in front of him. Sometimes you're already in the spot where the enemy can't hit you, and you should just chill the hell out. It is, you know, it is actually surprisingly often the case that the best thing you can do is nothing. There's no action you can take that is better than just hold on a second. Okay, the damage for that's pretty good, although it sure does suck when he raises zombies up in front of himself. Okay, hold on. We're going to run away and make him come over here so that we can fight him without any zombies. So we got ourselves a pretty great golden amulet, actually. That seems like a very good trait. And a throwing knife L. Is it unreasonable to take this over the blood sword? Well, turns out it doesn't matter, I'm doing it. So now we have a solution to fighting on the move. It's a somewhat limited solution, but it's still a solution. Totally counts. Honestly, this is not a bad loadout at all. Probably are getting a little tired of me using the crusher every single video, always. It's not my fault it's such a good weapon. Problem is, the devs screwed up the balance here. The crusher's too much better than everything else. That's a wall. I'm shooting at a wall. I thought I would be able to, just come right down here. But it's nice to have a really, a quick answer to, explosive bats. Another one. Weird. Ow. Okay, got him in the crusher. That was easy. I was gonna say, I doubt we're gonna find a new necklace that's better than the one we have. Ow. Well, that was just me completely failing to enter the command for rolling. Maybe I should not do this in the poison. That time, I did enter the command for rolling, and then I immediately pressed... no, wait a second. Shoot him with a crossbow. What if we just trade hits with every enemy? That'll work, right? I hit way harder than they do. The only way this could fail is if there's some kind of significant numbers disadvantage. But there probably won't be more enemies than there are me's, right? Actually, I guess over the... Oh, here's something I didn't really think about. Okay. I can open that up with explosives. I guess in the plot line, there actually aren't more enemies than there are me's, right? Because there's some kind of weird infinite me thing happening. I'm kind of surprised that hit me. I thought I rolled through. I sensed it. I knew there was another enemy. Something told me. I kind of wish we would find another curse chest, because we could definitely handle it. This is giving me hope. I have some modicum of hope here. This is kind of a weird one. Do I want a stun grenade 2+? Probably over the wolf trap, right? I know the crusher doesn't have a plus on it, but also, it's a crusher. On-color crusher is just really a lot of potential damage. That one doesn't have a plus on it. You can't. I can't even really look at the number. If you're not going to show up with a plus, how can I take you seriously? And you're definitely going to skip this. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken that over the base rarity crusher. I think we're just going to save money. We'll start worrying about buying stuff a little bit later on. Okay, so that's the exit to the ramparts, which we obviously are not terribly interested in. Like, there's a little bit of something up there, but really we're done. Go get topped off here. Carrot's not quite enough. Fine, we will go all the way back for the radish. This is pretty cool, though. Getting to leave the sewers at actually full health with all of my flask charges and everything. It almost feels like doing a good job. Or, well, it almost feels like what I imagine doing a good job feels like. I'm not, personally familiar with the sensation, but I've heard it's been described to me, and I have empathy, so I think I can sort of get what it's like. Okay. So, let's finish merchandise categories. And then we should just unlock stuff, right? We're not actually going to pick this stuff up, but since we would much rather have a plus version of a thing, we're going to get this stuff out into the world, into the loot pool. Oh, that's true. We do have access to the alchemic carbine. Carbine? I think it's actually carbine. Either that or I've been lied to and I'm extremely gullible. And I know that one of those things is definitely true. Yeah, we're just going to crunch all this stuff up. And we'll see you at the crossroads. Okay. Yeah, we should probably plus this. Or, like, maybe I should save money to do upgrades on better items later. It's like, 7,000 is non-trivial, right? Yeah, but also it's a point of stats. Spreads inflammable oil and burns killed victims, minus 15% damage received. That was probably worthwhile. Okay, what do we want to do here? I guess I'm going to be around the Crusher a lot, but also Parting Gift is interesting. Helping us kill enemies that didn't take the critical damage because they weren't actually hit by the projectile. Doesn't help us fight bosses, though. Something to be said for fighting bosses. Yeah, why don't we take support? We'll just try to make sure we have a turret or something at all times. Boy, that's quite a fall. Probably could have just taken the elevator, I guess. That same greenish substance, except no longer greenish. Here, a totally different color. You know what I mean. It's greenish, like, metaphorically. It's greenish in our hearts. Wow. Tough worms. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Should have maybe thought that one through. Didn't really have a plan. I feel bad for these worms. It's like, most enemies, you know, have green weapons, effectively. You consider the amount of time that all of their attacks take to wind up. And I guess it's a really good lesson in why it would not be necessarily a good idea for you to use a green weapon. The problem is that all of your green weapons are totally awesome. Efficacy's great and all, but it's not the only criterion that I'm looking at when I'm picking weapons. Sometimes you use a weapon because it's dope. Really, that dude's just crouching down here. I guess he's a fungus. It seems to me that fungi rarely have much of a long-term plan. Speaking of long-term plans, where the heck am I going? I guess you could say that fungi have the long-term plan, which is to say, all they're trying to do is survive. They're not really thinking about anything else. Or maybe, you know, thinking in any detectable or understandable way at all. But that's too long-term. I was talking about long-term more in the sense of, like, what are we going to do Thursday, you know? Stay right there. Oh, I rolled too far. Okay, Crusher's pretty good. Poison heals you instead of wounding you. Plants a bomb when you roll. Honestly, I think I like ours better. This one's going to be better on bosses, that's for sure. It's kind of a crummy place for it to teleport you to. Ooh, that is interesting. So this one does twice as much damage as ours, more than twice as much damage on a crit, and that's before we upgrade it. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Like 557 DPS even at close range. And then we have the throwing knives also for close range. I think we gotta take this, right? And then we'll we'll buy it a plus later. Oh, that's not sellable. Okay. Well, in a sense that's good, because it means if I change my mind I can come back for it. I will say that I don't think the marksman's bow is like the best thing we could be using necessarily in the long term. Okay, there we go. All we needed was for one of them to die so you get the fire going. But any weapon we're using now is hopefully a stopgap on the way to a better weapon that we will eventually get. Yeah, and the bleed effect from these throwing knives is totally fine. Wait, we should kill these bats. Also, this guy. I don't know, he's not hurting anybody, but you shall not suffer that guy to live. That's an important thing that we have to... the important edict that we have to follow, because it's in the Bible. That's exactly how it's written. There we go. So yeah, using the flashbang there... Try not to get trapped. Using the flashbang to set up a big fire seems pretty good. I just have to remember to actually kill something after I throw the flashbang. Ooh. I want that, right? Over the Crusher? Like, the Crusher's great and everything. Yeah, we gotta take this. I think we're gonna be sticking with this this flashbang for a good long while. Ow. Yep, I didn't actually get off the platform. I do love these fast-firing weapons. I enjoy a great big bow, obviously, as well, but now we have an explosive crossbow 3+. This is certainly more compelling, but I think maybe we should stick with the marksman's bow, honestly. The base damage is better, the scaling up to the crits is better. Things are tricky. The teleporting in at variable distance so that you can't ever be exactly sure what they're gonna do is a clever move. Sometimes they come up right on top of you, sometimes they decide to be coy. Yeah, this is a fun loadout. Yeah, so I'm noticing that sometimes the spider rune doesn't cause you to grab a wall. It seems like if you are if you are falling and like maybe less than a certain distance above the ground, because it happened down there as well. That time it wasn't critical. Like, we didn't take any damage because of it. But I definitely had it happen once or twice during the last episode in ways that were critical. Ooh, a really good ice grenade. Is that better than a good stun grenade? Our stun grenade's really good, though. We don't really need another source of bleeding. I think we're gonna pass on this. I like our weird stun grenade quite a bit. Yeah, alright. Maybe this is a bad idea, but I think we can handle it. More stats. I do not think we are probably taking that shield. Yeah, that seems bad. Yeah, we were already over there. Okay, all I have to do is not get hit in some incredibly stupid way. Somewhere around here there are enemies. Just trying to be prepared. Be very careful as we descend. Do I want to go to 20? Let me think here. At some point, we're going to find the door that leads to the boss. And if I'm still cursed when that happens, it's going to be real bad. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave. And if we find some enemies, we may come back and get this. But I want to be certain that I won't still be cursed when we find our way out. I'm pretty sure we won't be. I think we're quite far from the end, but again, certainty. Certainty is good. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Almost got myself murked there. There we go. Enough out of you. Okay, little bats are very helpful. Huh. I threw my stun grenade and it was just like detonated in midair by that scorpion who was not out of the ground yet. That was weird. So we can switch to a frantic sword. Frantic sword 3+. It's not a bad knife, actually. 833 DPS. I like what we have going now, though. I like our weird thing here. So I'm trying to be very cautious about this because I do not want to get instantly killed by teleporty guys. Remember, if they're not aware of us, they won't teleport to us. Okay, there we go. I'm really worried about getting splatted by those dudes. Okay, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna go QE, get back down on this thing. They can't kill us on this thing. Alright, 2 enemies left. Also, spikes. Please don't make me do the spikes. Oh, man. Hold on. Is there anywhere else I can go? No. Okay, yes, yes, yes. There are other places where there are enemies. Possibly enemies. I just don't want to... You know how I get, like, hung up on the edge of a platform every now and then or something? I press left slightly too much. Let's just clear this curse in a safe way, and then we can deal with the spikes. Well... Oh, we get to determine what category of stuff we want. Okay. That's interesting. Here I think I would like a deployed trap shop. That's the wrong button. Yep, this is exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. A double crossbow-matic ++. Oh, that's amazing. Yup. Shots pierce all enemies, victims freeze other enemies. This is just... What a gorgeous item. Probably going to be really expensive to upgrade, and we did just spend 10,000 gold, but I'm excited. I'm excited about the possibilities. Okay, we're going to go down and to the left here. And I'm going to feel really grateful. Oh, no. Hold on, we're way more likely to take damage from that than we are from spikes. You know, on account of my badness. So this is maybe overly cautious, and I apologize if you are frustrated by that overcautiousness, but... There we go. That's exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. Oh, that didn't quite work. Okay. Oh, there's another guy yet. Wait a minute. What is over here? It's becoming increasingly difficult to collect mold samples in these sewers. There are too many revenants. Okay, so another this is the end of the lore in this area entry, I think. Have we been finding those in the castle? I guess I haven't been going to the castle that much. Also, why did I come this way? We're just gonna go back. We're just gonna go maximum cowardice here. Listen, you know what's great about cowards? All the surviving they sometimes do. Sometimes. So we're not going to go and take that other cursed chest, obviously, but we may yet get it. Just, let's get on the other side of this spike area first. Figure out what the plan is. Actually, hold on. Now let's go get cursed. Right, and then we'll come back here and fight these guys. This is this is probably a good plan. I can't see how it wouldn't be. He's going to give us a terrible item that we're going to ignore. I mean, we're going to turn into money. Those chests are actually pretty good money. Then we're going to get another sweet level of tactics. It has already stopped increasing our health. Alright, those bats are still alive, right? Yeah. Stop running away. What's wrong with you guys? Okay. 7 more kills. Oh, geez. Okay, let's get him to pop it again. Okay, easy enough. So yeah, we want to let our turret handle this guy ideally. Oh, I jumped again too early. Again, I'm just trying to kill it. I'm trying to kill it without it being aware of us so that the worms don't teleport on us. I think that worked. Okay, I need one more kill. Just show me one tiny little bat. There you go. That's exactly the thing. That's just like free stats for us. Stop, stop. Okay. Nope. That can probably wait a second. This is a weird loadout, but I think it's actually really good. We should probably stop taking it quite so slowly, though, because I am a little worried about dying of old age before we get to the end. You know, we probably shouldn't spend on another bow. The bow we have now is fine. I guess if a double plus bow had appeared there, it probably would have been right to pay for it. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, this is probably not really the way you're supposed to use throwing daggers. You're probably supposed to use these, like, as a supplement to a real weapon. With the low contact damage and the ammo and stuff, but they sure are getting the job done. Yep, movement in this game is still... You know, it reminds me of... the Shinobi game that, geez, was probably... That might have been a PS2 game. There was a Shinobi game that came out, considerably after the Revenge of Shinobi and everything. That I thought had really cool, good movement. Bouncing off walls and stuff. Yeah, we've done very, very well on cells this run. We're going to get a lot of stuff unlocked. I don't know of a graceful way to get off the wall once you've spider ruined. Just pressing jump kind of shoots you outwards, sideways. And obviously, down stomping into the poison is not a great plan. Alright, I do believe this will be it, and I think we're actually quite thorough here. I'm at 3:13.4 going into the Insufferable Crypt, and our loadout here is going to be just absolutely great for fighting the boss. Let's double check, but I think we're pretty thorough. Yep, cool. Did I leave... did I leave food somewhere? No, I did that on the last map. Okay, we're cool. We're good. I wonder if we have enough money to upgrade this turret right now. Because that's, like, really my only concern, gold-wise. We could start in on some of this stuff, but I don't really think that's that valuable. Honestly, recycling is never a super good source of money. Wasn't there something... Oh, right, the carbine. Carbine. This thing. I thought that that word meant like a long gun, so I'm a little surprised to see it here. Okay. Apparently upgrading to S quality is always just really expensive, no matter the cost. Or no matter what the base level of the item is. Yeah, SB, it's really expensive, no matter the cost. Ammo? Ammo for your weapons ×2 is maybe not a bad play. Also, I do really like Dead Inside. We could pick up Alienation. But we also could worry about Alienation after we lose our free life. Like, our offense is quite good right now. I wouldn't quite call it impetuous, but it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna take the ability to make mistakes. If we can get through this without losing too much health, remember there is a flask charge on the other side. We might actually be able to go to, like, totally full. And we're always going to be able to throw knives at this guy. Except, you know, when all of our knives are stuck in him. Was fast. Now we want to burn through a tentacle pretty quickly, I think, so that we can get the fire started on the ground. Jesus, that crossbow. Ow. The charge up animation for the bow is long. Oh no! It was a good dodge on his part. Okay. It's going alright. This thing is so good. Ow. A bunch of my throwing knife ammo is still in Conjunctivius. That's how quickly we've gotten through this part. Also, I'm getting hit by tentacles. Very, very bad job here. Just getting hit by tentacles left and right in situations where I definitely shouldn't be. They seem to be actually very attracted to the turret. They're coming up under it rather than under me. He also does not care for the turret. This is going well. I'm glad that happened, because I rolled very poorly there and was absolutely going to get hit by that tentacle. So I have to be careful here, because they're coming up under the turret, and I'm getting hit because of that. I thought I was just not doing a good job of running to the side of them, but it's that they're coming up under the turret and I'm not prepared for it. Yeah, see, I almost ran right into that tentacle for exactly that reason. Stop getting close to me while I'm trying to aim my longbow. Okay. Managed to get through that without having to spend any flask at all. It helps that we could do enough damage to him that he never did the hover way up in the air attack, which always sucks. And we've been offered a symmetrical lance that we are certainly not taking. Yep, and we're going back to the graveyard because I swear to you, the shovel exists. It's a real item. And I want it really badly. Nope, still not enough money for the reforge I want, so we're going to hold off on that. You are getting all of my cells until we have this thing unlocked. And then I have to consider, like, do I actually want to pour any more cells into the forge? It's probably going to be quite a few before we actually see another meaningful upgrade. Like, we could get this up probably, maybe not even before the end of the run. Should I just continue unlocking stuff? I do like variety in the runs, so maybe I should just continue unlocking weapons. People are telling me the ice bow is very good. Let's work on unlocking the ice bow. Look at that. Very close to actually full health heading into the graveyard. I have a good feeling about this run. I guess it's not a feeling. I have good evidence for making some cautious assertions about things that might happen on this run. Ow, spikes. My feet. I couldn't remember what the timing on this door was. Wow, it did not apparently want me to throw the turret as I was coming out of the doorway there. I'm not sure what that was about. Not a noise I am used to dead cells making. Okay. So as is often the case, one of the most dangerous things that could happen to me is me jumping on spikes. Seems to be where a surprising amount of my damage comes from. Oh my god, it's so easy to fight these guys with the throwing knives because they auto-aim. Hold on. Let's deal with this first. Also, yeah, I'm not actually using this bow that much, but holy crap, this bow. This is amazing. We're doing a lot of this without the benefit of our damage upscale, because I don't have the turret out that much. It's really kind of a boss-focused thing. Oh, well, we've got one of them, but it doesn't have any pluses on it, so... I am curious about it, but at this point, I am a total snob about loot. No pluses. How pedestrian. How perfectly droll. Is that how that word is used? You know, it's kind of low frequency. I don't really have occasion to hear people say that too often. Plus 460 DPS when near a deployed skill. I'm just going to go lean over here. I don't... Hold on. Oh, that sucks. I don't really want to fight all those guys in the fog. And we definitely can't kill that guy through the door. What am I doing? Enemies shooting stuff at us through the walls. Whew. I gotta say, this build feels like it could handle just about anything. I think we're in a really good place. What a difference a couple dozen points of stats makes. Make? Stats make. Yeah, points make. I don't know what the subject of that clause was. I'll be honest with you, by the time it's come out of my mouth, I'm already not thinking about it anymore. Trying to think of another thing to say. Wow, that one is wily. He figured out how to violate the rules of physics to keep himself safe. Come on. Oh. I had the moment there. The shield flickered for a second, and instead of stomping, I double jumped. Give this one more try. Happen again. Okay. How about this? Oh, God. That's interesting. Did you see that those bats got stunned by the, Wow, why can't I hit this guy anymore? The bats got stunned by the door opening even though they were hanging from the roof of the floor below that. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I wonder if the stun effect from the door opening actually is like a circle? There's a lot of radius effects. Well, I mean, the word radius kind of spoils what I was going to say there. A lot of the area effects in this game are actually circles. Things with graphical effects will often just show you that. Ow. That's exactly the thing I did last time. Obviously, all radius effects are circles. Okay, so we almost have enough money for the thing. Well, definitely, we don't need to go scrounging for gems or anything. We will definitely get it from going over here. I guess, actually, just walking back is probably the safest way to do this. Because otherwise I have to go over the roof again. Why would there be so many spikes in a graveyard? Who would do that? Now we're gonna wait for this dude to turn around. Love you throwing knives. The amount of aim assist you get with these things is just silly. Okay, I'd feel a little bit better if we could find a radish or something. But I guess, well, given how we've ordinarily come into this area, I can't complain too much about not being at totally full health with a full flask. Oh, we're actually doing enough damage to stun the shooting guys out of their shot with a single throwing knife. It's kind of crazy, given how bad the contact damage of the throwing knives generally is. And we're not using the bow that much, but actually it's still doing an awful lot of damage, even inside of the crit range. Yep, and out at crit range it's doing like 5k. Why am I using the bow? I was just saying to myself, hey, it would be okay to use the bow a little bit more often, and apparently I didn't really put any logical barriers on that idea. Okay. A legendary sword is maybe worth considering. Hold on. Oh, look. Alright, that's a good tactic. I guess let's have a look at this thing. It's hard for me to imagine I want to get rid of these throwing knives. That's a lot of damage, though. Yeah, I don't think I want to get rid of throwing knives. They're very, very good. Also, I kind of can't believe this guy's AoE invulnerability aura was reaching this far. I also can't believe I got hit by that. I thought I was way out of range. Well, it'd be really cool if we could find a thing with a radish in it. Gotta be a wall radish around here somewhere. Where else would a person keep their radishes other than tucked safely in a wall? Obviously not that wall. That's the wall where you safely tuck your flowers. This is a very different sort of wall. We probably don't need to do this. Wait a second. Aha! Aw. Hoping we were going to find a little scene where I could shake a radish out of something. It's remarkable how rare radishes have become lately. I feel like we, in general, have found way less health on this run than we have on previous ones. That might have something to do with the amount of health we're actually spending. Maybe if you use your flask more, you get healing items more often. Hold on a second. Did we... Okay. Wanted to make sure there wasn't actually anything over there in the corner. I remembered about the existence of spikes right before we saw some. You see me hesitate on the stomp there? Okay. It's going to be very, very cautious. I really don't like that one. Not even because it's more dangerous than the other spike rooms, but because I feel so stupid when I hurt myself by walking into the wall, the big vertical panel of spikes on the wall. And it's so easy to do. It seems like it would be a really easy thing to avoid. It's not. But it makes you feel like a total idiot anyway. Your character, you know, he's got some momentum on him. Dude travels, especially, you know, relative to guys without heads. Not generally the spryest bunch. I'm not 100% clear on what hit me there. Man, do we need to flask? We probably need to flask. This is unsafe. I think sometimes those, sometimes the bats that come out of those zombies that produce bats when you kill them, just have their attack animation goes off really, really quickly. Either that or I'm sometimes incredibly not observant. I think those are both possibilities. Gee, what do you think? At this point, is deployables? Like, it's hard for me to imagine a thing that would make me spend gold right now. Alright, I think we're actually done. Let's get our turret properly upgraded and get the heck out of here. We do still have our free life, too. We have almost all our flask charges, a nice full health bar, and our life. This is big. This is going really well. What's next? The ice bow. This is what happens when you slow down and actually fight enemies. Look how many cells we get. The infantry bow is pretty cool. Throw that in the pool as well. And then, maybe mutations? I don't... Emergency triage does seem good. Let's start in that direction. We're just gonna mulch these for the moment. This guy is gonna give me the greatest turret of I was gonna say the greatest turret of mankind, because that's totally a sensible way to speak. I'm gonna re-roll this once. Plus 100% damage to a burning target is pretty cool, given that we have our stun grenade. It was expensive, but probably worth it. The downside is that we don't actually have a way of applying fire on, like, a boss. Anything where we can't kill stuff. So we do need to figure that one out. It would be really cool if we could find a weapon to replace our bow that can start a fire. Oh jeez, rolled right into that. Well, almost. I rolled into it, but he was a little slow to take advantage. I do feel this does feel a little bit like low skill. Pretty much just rolling constantly and mashing left click. Hey, I need some light. Okay, there's some light. I can't get through the platform. Guys are in front of me. Okay, I took a fair amount of damage to the darkness there. What is... okay. I was prepared to be really excited by that secret passage. Turns out they're all disappointments. Just like everyone else you meet in life. Nope, that's not. Ice Grenade 5+. Over the Stun Grenade, maybe? Because this is going to be 25% damage reduction once we buy a plus on it. And it does get rid of our way of causing fire, though. But I love the swarm of biting worms. I love the super slowdown thing. We could have probably kept the plus damage on our against freezing targets. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. For now, I do think this is a good upgrade. It's going to be a lot of damage reduction. Of course, we're going to have to actually pay for it. Whatever, we probably got it. It's fine. Nope. I could see the red dot on the minimap, but I could not remember what that meant. seemed important, though. So I went to investigate. This place is starting to get a little familiar. I will say that running the same route over and over again is probably not taking advantage of all of the best things about the game. Ah. Okay, that almost got really ugly. We only have one way of getting to the graveyard right now, and I really, really want to unlock that thing. I didn't realize that it was such a rare blueprint. Plus 700 DPS now, when we are near a deployed skill. It's getting pretty okay. I realize the risk I'm taking by writing this letter. The king's methods are getting us nowhere, and the situation is deteriorating. We have to switch to a more peaceful method immediately. I've spoken with the alchem... Well... Let's see. I thought it was a good idea to install a secret desk. If the guards started conducting strange experiments too, it's no wonder they ended up with monsters everywhere. Yep, that's true. You can just mix stuff in an Erlenmeyer flask and create a monster. If I learned anything from those old Universal Monster movies, that is how science works. Ooh. You burn the ground when you dodge. That's pretty good. So now all we have to do is dodge around enemies, and we can set up our turrets double damage when the turret's single damage was already so absolutely terrifying. That's so cool. Ooh, I had a moment of panic there. Also there, I was not at all sure that crouching was actually going to work there. Okay. Ow. I think maybe it's a good idea to drink. Taking a lot of dumb damage here. If I had just held down, everything would have been fine. Okay. I think that rift was still worth it, even with all that damage, because the necklace we got there is truly great. But it does suck to have taken all that damage. We gotta get out of this mode without any further screw-ups. Or mode, this area. Okay. Teleport out here. I have to imagine, like, this difficulty, I think, is kind of pushing it for me. I have to imagine that the difficulties much above this are probably a little too exacting for my taste. Oh, that guy has a scroll. It is kind of weird not actually having a melee weapon, I will say that. I'm gonna refresh my light here. Oh, wait, how do I actually go? Okay, I see. That was cool. I did not realize that that was there. Okay, I gotta remember that we have a bow. Like, actually a very good bow, too. What is this? Should I... Yeah, alright. We'll probably be fine. Yeah, apparently he has no interest in facing me. He's just terrified of that turret. So, Sapphire Amulet that is extremely similar... No, the one we have is better. Burn the ground when you dodge seems great. And a Nerves of Steel bow. Shots leave a trail of flames. I mean... we have to, right? This is so much better. This is so much better. Okay, well, feeling really good about our equipment. This bow is bananas. Actually, it does kind of look like it's made out of a banana, doesn't it? Like the crossbar? I don't know if that part of a bow is called a crossbar. But you know what I'm talking about. The part that goes across. Where the bar is. It's probably not a real banana, right? It's probably just a loving, crafted, like, hand-carved recreation of a banana. Which I can see happening. Everybody loves bananas. I can see, like, being an artist who is really passionate about bananas. That makes all kinds of sense to me. 925. Why is light so hard to come by down here? Okay, there we go. But you notice that it seems to be, like, we seem to be actually running out of light way more on this particular run than we have on previous ones. We could go back up. Like, we definitely just ran past a bunch of stuff there, but I'm fine with it. I'm comfortable with that. Okay, obviously there's no way we're divesting ourselves of any of our current equipment. Stuff's all incredibly good. Have we actually found the... We haven't found the door yet, have we? Probably over here somewhere. And it dropped a carrot. Lovely. Well, joke's on me. I no longer have any method of interacting with those. Oh, apparently the grenade will do it. That's handy. I think we're just tossing this because I really, really like our current items. No, the damage, the damage. Okay, didn't actually take it. Yeah, these two methods of leaving fire behind us are just very, very good. I should have known. It's exactly the same kind of entrance as the Moonflower door, or the Moonflower path on the previous level. Okay, pretty sure we're not doing that anymore. We're at 520 and 7. I don't think it's necessary to go scrounging for additional stat points. I certainly don't want to risk losing the run to something really, really dumb that I would do. Because we all know, at this point in the run, what are we? We're an hour in. I still have like 3 or 4 really dumb plays left in me. I think everybody is probably aware of that. So let's not make them run-ending plays, huh? Also, wow, I really am going slow. We have quite a bit of dungeon left. I guess the fastest way is just going to be to walk back over. It's tough though. You do one run slowly and safely, and you get addicted to the safety, and then you resent its absence. There's a guy down there with a star on his head. Yeah, it's possible that our build is 1064 DPS. Possible that our build is okay. The kind of build you might be able to clear a boss with, maybe. Ooh. Unfortunately, I think we're pretty committed to the gear we have now. Where on earth are we supposed to be going? Oh, down here. Probably. We can all turn around. The good news is, when we find the door, we can almost certainly just go, because we have definitely seen the rest of the level. Okay, I'm confident we can do this. Whether we can do it without taking a bunch of damage is another question entirely. 87 cells left. Well, that's almost done. Okay, reforge guy. 19,000. Oh, we're so close, too. Alright, well, so we'll have to go on without it. So 2 flask charges, and we still have the heart. Just gotta not horribly screw this up. Remember that the bow is very powerful. You should use the bow. Also, the turret is very powerful. You should use the turret. Is he okay? I love this thing where he's content to just, like, stand in the fire. I was a little worried that about us not having the cooldown reduction skill for the turret, but the turret lasts long enough that we don't really need it. Hold on, I'll look at you in a second. I want to finish picking up all the money first. Okay. What do we have here? 4664 or, you know, 15k, whatever. Victims burn, critical hits deal... critical hits deal even more bonus damage than you might expect. But, like, I kind of think we're going to stick with the Nerves of Steel bow. Right? It's really effective at all ranges. I'm pretty good at getting these crits. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the Nerves of Steel bow. I really like it. This is another one of those pieces of equipment that I just use all the time, though, isn't it? Okay, now we can reforge this. Slow down after thaw. Ooh, arrows stuck in enemies come back. That's pretty cool. I think we're gonna reforge this, though. I'd really love it if we could get that super long duration slow back. Nope. Victims burn, though. We went from not really having any ways to inflict burning to having way too many things that are focused on burning. And then, like... I don't actually know... Is the boomerang good? You can start unlocking the boomerang. You know what? I know the rapier is good. Let's start unlocking that. Okay, here we go. Here's where it has traditionally gotten extremely real. Far realer than I would like. I'm not trying to say that the Hand of the King is easy, but if we can get through this, we can get through the boss fight. God. We're really good at starting fires now. I don't really want to go up that. Okay, apparently I do have to go up that way. Huh. What did that guy do to get trapped in here? Was he being punished? A weird little room where you can see the outside, but you can never quite fit in there, and if you try, you get horribly chewed up by spikes. What's going on in this castle? Who is building these tiny little spike passageways? And to what end? Yeah, this bow is... This bow is real dumb. At this point, we're fighting High Peak Castle enemies just for fun. So the slow effect is spread throughout the entire pool of liquid, which is pretty handy. They just got overwhelmed. The damage was too much. They froze up. Listen, I've been there. Oh, wow. I, like, completely rolled in the wrong direction. Damn it. I wonder what the fire damage from this thing scales with. Because if it had no scaling at all, we probably wouldn't even be able to tell it was happening, right? With the amount of health these enemies must have. I guess I don't really need to be fighting everything. I'm just thinking, you know, if anybody wants to drop like some carrots or something, I'd be okay with it. Very curious to know what that mutation is. I think that's a mutation. Oof. Okay, almost got myself hit there. It's important to remember that this bow does not actually penetrate enemies. Our previous bow did, and I'm getting myself all crossed up about it. Ow, I rolled right into that kick. Shoot. Also, the throwing knives do, which is helpful. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. We got that carrot and then immediately took more than a radish worth of damage. Taking damage by the radish full. At this point, when I open a chest, all I'm hoping for is like some health. You know, it'd be really cool if we kicked open a chest and there was a flask charge in there. Alright, we are definitely... I was going to say we're definitely not going for the third key, but there is a guaranteed scroll behind that key. Maybe we should consider it at least. Ah, boy. Which one of these terrible climbing paths looks the least terrible? We need to get that guy to commit his attack over here. Wow, really? Really thought I was rolling for a lot of that. Not great. Not great. So we've not yet seen the area, or the collector room after High Peak. It might have a flask charge in it. Do I need to flask? Probably, right? Let's be safe. I still have another charge left. Yeah, it's probably silly not to. Wish I had any idea where I was going, ever. Okay, all we have to do is find the door. And we should just leave. One scroll is not worth, at this point, even taking a single hit over. So if we can find the exit, we just go. Also, cool to be able to kill those guys before they actually get their attack off. Man, remember that thing I was saying about scrolls not being worth taking damage for? Okay, so that's the way to the other side passage. Maybe, okay, the exit's down there. We want to go just generally down, which at this moment means left. I'm so glad that the, oh, jeez. Well, that was better than him catching me and actually pulling me to him. Damn it. Got all tunnel vision on the enemies on the platform with me. No. Oh, God. This is how it begins. Just the chains of bad damage. Yeah, not happy. We were in a really good position very recently. Very, very much hoping that there is a flask charge in our near future. Alright, here we go. So we have about 1 health bar right now. Uh, 53 cells to plow into something. Let's get this unlocked. And then the magnetic grenade's pretty cool. Yeah, sure. Alright, is there any reforging we need to do here? So I have a lot of ways of inflicting damage on enemies. Honestly, these throwing knives are... all of these things are almost completely useless. Shoots an arrow behind you is doing quite a... yeah, the shots pierce. Never mind, I'm fine with all that stuff. You need to give me something here. We could take emergency triage. I think that's probably not a great way to go. Hold on. There is not a flask charge. Okay. Yeah, if there was one, emergency triage might have been a good way to go. We're definitely not going to ever have there be no enemies near us. Is ammo up for our weapons, I guess? Yeah, Tranquility is never going to trigger. Parting Gift is probably not going to trigger. If Parting Gift triggers on the battle standards that he calls down, that could be cool. Efficiency, so that we can summon the... what's the cooldown on the turret right now? 10 seconds? That would make it so the turret's actually always up. I guess that's the best thing we can get. If he kills the turret in one hit after we throw it down, it won't immediately resummon. And I think I'm not going to use our flask, even though it's dangerous to flask during the fight. Because as it stands right now, we could potentially take lethal damage, get that you can't die from above a certain amount of health effect, then flask, then survive a little while, and then get the effect again. Basically, I'm trying to buy us an extra hit by being clever here, and I may be killing us by doing it, but we're going to try. Alright, this is the best we've ever done. The best I have ever done, to be clear. Like I have never had a run more successful at this difficulty than this. He is, in fact, killing the turret super fast, so... cooldown reduction on the turret, I think, turning out to be pretty good. Because the turret's so good. It's so much of our damage. Oh, no! The thing didn't trigger. The thing that's supposed to prevent you from dying from above a certain percentage of life either doesn't work there, or we were just under it. I would have definitely bet. I would have bet good money that it would have worked there. Well, that's disappointing in a way, but also really good progress. Like, I feel like I did a lot better that run. So, obviously, that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And I said this is where I swore we would continue the series up to. I'm not 100% sure whether there will be more or not. It kind of depends on... there's a game that's supposed to come out in August 2018. The developer still swears it will come out in August, but it's not actually out yet. So when that comes out, I'm going to need to free up a slot on the schedule for it. This can run until then? I don't know. We'll see what happens. So come back next time, maybe for more Dead Cells, or maybe for something else. And we'll see you then.